Imagine that tomorrow morning the world feels different. Banks are closed, fuel is difficult to find, supply chains are under pressure, people are worried, police and emergency services are overwhelmed. The question is not whether society has completely collapsed. The question is much simpler. Would you feel safer having a legal means of hunting or protection? For many people, the answer is immediate. For others, the idea is uncomfortable. But regardless of opinion, there is a reason weapons have been part of human survival for thousands of years. And it has very little to do with what Hollywood wants you to believe. When most people think about weapons, they imagine conflict. They imagine violence. They imagine dramatic situations. But historically, weapons served a much broader purpose. They were tools, tools for hunting, tools for protection, tools for deterrence, and tools that increased a person's options during uncertain times. Let's start with hunting. In a short crisis, hunting is largely irrelevant. Most emergencies are resolved before food becomes a critical issue. But preparedness is about thinking beyond the first few days. If a disruption lasts weeks or months, food security becomes a serious concern. This is one reason many preparedness-minded people consider legal hunting tools important. Not because they expect to become hunters overnight, but because they recognize that the ability to obtain food independently increases resilience. Then there is protection. This is where conversations often become emotional. The reality is simple. When social stability decreases, crime often increases. History has shown this repeatedly. During natural disasters, economic crises, or civil unrest, opportunistic crime tends to rise. Most people understand this instinctively. Protection is not about looking for trouble, it is about reducing vulnerability. And vulnerability is something every prepared person thinks about. But there is another role that receives far less attention: deterrence. A tool does not necessarily need to be used to provide value. Sometimes its value comes from what it discourages. Throughout history, deterrence has often been one of the strongest forms of protection available, because avoiding a problem is usually better than solving one. Preparedness has always been about avoiding unnecessary risks. There is another important point that is often forgotten. A weapon is not a preparedness plan. Many people spend enormous amounts of time thinking about defense while ignoring other pillars. That is backwards. A weapon cannot replace clean water. It cannot replace stored food. It cannot replace an emergency fund. And it certainly cannot replace good judgment. In fact, good judgment is usually the most valuable preparedness tool of all. The most prepared individuals are rarely the most aggressive. They are usually the most disciplined, the most patient, and the most aware of their surroundings. A legal hunting or protection tool should be viewed the same way as any other preparedness asset, not as a solution to every problem, but as one component of a larger system. Vehicles matter, water matters, food matters, energy matters, finances matter, communications matter, security matters too. The mistake is believing any one category is enough. Preparedness is about layers. Each layer reduces risk. Each layer increases options. And each layer makes you harder to break when conditions become difficult. So do you need a weapon on day zero? That depends on your circumstances, your location, your skills, your legal environment, and your overall preparedness strategy. But asking the question is not unreasonable, because the goal of preparedness has never been fear. The goal is resilience. The goal is having options. And the goal is ensuring that when uncertainty arrives, you are not completely dependent on luck. Stay tuned for more deep dives. Check the weekly threat report and subscribe for the Monday updates. I'm Nuno. Stay ready or be forced to react.